Okay, in this lesson we're going to talk about specific pairs of angles. We're going to look at complementary, supplementary, adjacent, vertical, and linear pairs of angles. Okay, the first pair are called complementary angles. So the first pair is called complementary angles. These are a pair of angles that together at the same time will make a 90-degree angle, a right angle. So an example is if we have one that is, say, 22 degrees, the complement of that would be one that is at least 68 degrees. Because when we add them together, the 68 plus the 22 will give us a 90-degree angle. And so our complement is simply the angle that is required to complete the right angle. The next pair are called supplementary angles. And the difference between this and complementary angle is the fact that instead of making 90 degrees together, this one will make a 180-degree line. So something like this, 180 degrees, and it will be two angles that together make that. So we can have one that is 100 and the other that is 80. Actually, I'll switch those numbers. And this would be two supplementary angles. And the supplement of 100 degrees would be the 80 because together they make 180. And the last thing we need to talk about are adjacent angles. And our adjacent angles are just like what we saw before with complementary angles and just like what we see up there with our supplementary angles. And they're any two angles that share a common side. So in this one that I drew down here, they share this one side there in the middle. And in this supplementary angle, they share the little blue line for both of them there. So I'd like you to try a couple of problems here. I'll do the first one for you. If we look at these, we can see that since they're sharing this side, that these are adjacent. And 35 degrees plus 67 degrees will give us, that's a 2, 102, so that's neither. So they are adjacent and neither complementary or supplementary. So again, for this, I want you guys to be able to try a few of these examples. So if we're talking about them being complementary, they have to add to equal 90 degrees. So for our first example, we start with the 90 degrees, we subtract the 25 degrees that we're given, and therefore our x is going to be, I believe that is 65 degrees. So please try the rest, and just remember that we might have to do a few extra things to set it up. So take, for example, the last one. We know that together, minus 4 plus 35 will equal the 90-degree angle, and then from there you should be able to solve like normal. Here we have the same problems, but this time supplementary, so we can do the same thing, set it up. 86 degrees plus the second one is 2x, and since it's supplementary, together they will equal 180, and then you can solve the rest. The last pair of angles that we have are vertical angles, and also very similarly a linear pair. Vertical angles are angles made by intersecting two lines. So here's our example right here. We have a line and there, and the vertical angles are actually the two opposite angles. So this one here and the one on the opposite side there. That's one pair, and then the other pair of vertical angles would be the left and right one. So those are your vertical angles. And the last thing are linear pair. A linear pair is a pair of adjacent and supplementary angles. So basically, in plain English, what that means is we're going to have a pair of angles that are right next to each other. So they share a line, and together they're going to make a full line. So just like this example here, these two together make one full line. They're supplementary, and they share one common side between them. And I'm missing one extra part about this. Vertical angles are congruent. So the two vertical angles, the pairs of vertical angles, the one that is up at the top here has the same angle as the one below that, and the one on the left will have the exact same angle as the one to the right of it. And as I said, the linear pair is going to be supplementary. So whatever is on one thing, the one that's connected to is going to be 180 minus that. And so here's our example. Just remember that since they're these are vertical angles. Since these are vertical angles, they will have the exact same measurement, so you can set them equal to each other. You can set an equality. Same thing going here. We have two that are equal, and then we also have linear pairs that will be supplementary to each other. So make them equal to 180. And just one more set of examples. Please try all of them. So remember, vertical angles are congruent. Linear pairs are 180 degrees together. And that is it for this video. Thank you very much. Leave any comments below.